special teams. The second half, it was just putting the game away, and we got a chance to play some young guys, which always helps. That's 3 weeks in a row that our 2s and 3s got a chance to play, which does nothing but help you as far as that goes. Really, what stood out to me is no turnovers was big. That was a point of emphasis, obviously, after we had the 5 turnovers, I guess, week 3. We've improved in that area. Kerryon Johnson is a warrior. I'm very proud of him. He was probably close to 90%. I have a strong feeling he'll get healthier and healthier as the season goes right there. We were smart with him this week, but just an impact player. Daniel Carlson, I guess now he's all-time leading scorer in the history of the SEC, so I think that speaks for itself. We're extremely proud of him. I just told our team just a minute ago, I really like where we're at the midway point. We're starting to kind of come together. We got to figure out a way to get better each week, but really the message was, this was kind of a setup type game that a lot of teams, wouldn't have came out and played their best football, and I felt like our team did in the first half and put the game away. Questions?
How much did you work on the running game this week, Gus, and how pleased are you with the results?
Yeah, we had that one lineup last week, and I was saying that as long as we keep that experienced group, we'll get better and better. I thought we did some good things today running the football. Our goal every week is to rush for 200 yards, and it looks like we rushed for 326. So, I thought they did a better job. We just got to keep improving each week in that area, and obviously if we can run the football effectively, our play actions and everything else goes with it, makes it a little easier.
What made Kerryon so effective today? Because this was by far the best performance of his career.
I mean, he's played pretty good the last 3 weeks, really, and he played good the first week. The thing about Kerryon, he's one of the toughest guys we have. I mean, I don't know of a whole lot of players that week 1 will be running for a touchdown and pull a hamstring bad enough where they've got to go down and then be able to come back, 2 weeks later or whatever, and be playing at the high level he is right now. Says a lot about him, and we'll get him 100% here in the near future, and I like the way he's playing right now.
He's among the nation's leading scorers, Gus. Just what is he starting to now reach with this getting closer and closer to full health? What you guys thought?
I think so. I mean, he's a heck of a running back, and he doesn't just, y'all see him run, but if you watch him pass protect, you watch him check down and everything that does it, he does everything right. And he's a complete football player.
Gus, do the wide receivers continue to just take one more step every week?
I think so. They're starting to play with confidence, and we talked about earlier in the year that, hey, each game we need to get a little bit better. And, my focus is them blocking. I mean, we got to get where we block consistently. I think we've improved. And obviously you can see they're attacking the football, better and wanting the ball. I think they're doing a good job of getting open. And they're playing with a lot of confidence. We just got to keep improving, in that area and keep it improving on the blocking.
Gus, can you talk about, it looked like you tried to play faster today at times?
Yeah. I mean, tempo is really, that's who we are. I mean, that's what we pride ourselves in, running the football with tempo and taking shots. And, I really think Chip is doing a super job with his tempo game. I think he's doing a good job of mixing the run and the pass. And, in the second half right there, I mean, you're up by 35 points and you want to, get the game over and all that. But I thought he's done an outstanding job the last 3 weeks, and he's starting to get in a groove with his offense.
Can you update Petway, Javaris Davis, and Trey Williams?
Yeah, Petway, we held him out. We're going to try to get him healthy because the way we've been doing it's not working, letting him play a little bit and all that. So we'll see if we can get him healthy. Javaris wasn't healthy enough to go. I mean, obviously he's one of our best defenders. When you're playing a passing team like that, it's extremely tough. And, and then, Trey's been battling a same injury for a while, and he's a tough guy and trying to get out there and compete.
Coach, obviously everyone's important, but considering the next 3 games are away, I mean, how big of a momentum shift is this for your team to continue to execute down the road?
Well, we've got, obviously we got a tough one next week on the road at a place that we hadn't won in a long time on the road. So, we'll be motivated for that one, I promise you that. And then, of course, I think we go on the road again, and then we get a break. So, we're really just trying to take this thing in segments. We got 2 more weeks before, our break. We're going to be very smart in practice, but I like where we're at. And, last time we played on the road, we played well.
Not quite as many deep shots this week, and Jared was more.
I think it was because the game got out of hand in the first half. So, you know, we still got some more. We still got plenty more. And, you know, so I wouldn't read anything into that. I mean, that's who we are. We'll run. Chip's going to throw it deep. Our guys like throwing it deep. I thought we were pretty efficient again. I mean, what was Jared again? I mean, he was pretty efficient. So I really like the direction he's going in the passing game with efficiency, protecting football.
What do you think about Ryan Davis's play?
Yeah, big time with it. That was nice. And, you know, when you see that play, there's always things that really make it special. And our left tackle, Golson, made an unbelievable block on the corner. That was the hard one to get it started. We had some receivers on the backside, 2 receivers and a tight end that did a super job staying with their guys the whole time. And, you know, he's electric when he gets the ball in his hands. And that was a huge play right there that, you know, gave us some breathing room.
Was that some kind of variation of Woody?
What's that?
Was that some kind of variation of Woody just because Ryan was lined up low behind the lines?
What's Woody?
What were the challenges in trying to stop Shea Patterson? Because the last 2 300-yard games against this defense are by Ole Miss quarterbacks.
You know, hey, first of all, he's a really good quarterback, and those receivers are really talented. But, you know, I mean, we put our 2s in there pretty late, you know, and so I thought our 1s did a very good job, you know, dealing with our passing game.
How has Daniel Carlson affected the team beyond his ability?
You know, Daniel's one of our team leaders. He's earned that. He's got respect from both sides of football and coaches, and you know, he's not looked at just as a kicker on our team. I mean, he's one of our leaders. He's one of our spokespersons. I can't say enough great things about Daniel Carlson as a person, but he is a super competitor. You could put him at wide receiver, and I truly believe he'd be a really good wide receiver too. He's just got that mentality.
Coach Mike Horton? Mike Horton, how's he doing?
You know, he had to come out. I think he had another relapse on his ankle. You know, he hurt his ankle the other day. I think he relapsed that. I mean, we'll see where that goes.
Is the hope to bring Petway along with you on the road at LSU next week? Do you think he'll be healthy?
We'll see. You know, it's just what we've been doing up to this point is not working. You know, where we play him a little bit, and so we just made the decision. Hey, we're going to hold him out. He didn't hardly do anything at practice. He did a lot of treatment. We'll do something similar this week. We'll see where he's at, and when he gets close to 100%, then we'll get him back out there and get him going. And you know, I'd really like to see him and KJ 100%. I think it could be a lot of fun.
Because next week will be Game 7, second half of the regular season schedule. How's the team coming along, and how much potential have you got?
You know, we knew we had a chance to be a pretty good team in the offseason. Got off to a tough start, had a few growing pains in some areas, and you can see them starting to come together as a complete team. Now, we hadn't arrived yet, okay, by any means, but you can see our team is trying to improve each week. They're practicing extremely hard with urgency, and they're getting up for every game so far. The challenge is we got to continue to do that, because very few teams around the country can do that, and that's our challenge. That's our challenge to our coaches. That's our challenge to our players. And we're going to keep the hammer down. We're going to continue to send that message.
How do you evaluate the pass defense when you know an opponent's going to throw as much as that, and nobody had thrown for that much since then last year? So just how do you evaluate their performance after a game where you know the opponent's
I think what was it? Our first defense held them to 10 points. You know, and I think if our first defense would have stayed in there, it probably would have been 10 points. So I wouldn't read too much into that. I think our defense is one of the best defenses in college football. You do got to give them credit. I think they came in leading the SEC in passing, if I remember right. They're going to pass it just about every time. So that's what they do. I'm extremely proud of our defense. They're doing a super job. I mean, they played outstanding defense the first half of the season. I would compare it to any group in the country, and you know they've got an edge about them. And I'm glad they're playing for Auburn.
Anything else? All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.